Hello and welcome to the Star Citizen Weekly Review, previously called Questions and Answered. Here we take a brief look at all the questions that have been answered and information about Star Citizen this week from the official sources and shows that they do, and attempt to make it slightly more easily digestible. Let's start with 10 for the Chairman, episode 67, where Chris Roberts takes 10 questions from a variety of subscribers. The first-person objective capture mode will be tactical, fun, and force players to engage. This objective-based mode, which has now replaced team elimination, will be better practice for what it's like to actually fight in the verse, with capturing ships and disabling ships' engines, for example. The Star Citizen multi-crew that we're getting soon has so many names. Star Citizen 1.3 Alpha, the Baby PU, the Exoverse, multi-crew, the large world map. It's all the same thing though, a large open sandbox flight mode encompassing multi-crew, first-person shooter, exploration, socialization, fighting, AI, lots of stuff. Think the Gamescom demo, but more sandbox. Check out the Star Citizen news tomorrow if you want to know more about multi-crew and Star Citizen Alpha 1.3. With the release of multi-crew ships, will we get a loner multi-crew ship if we've pledged for one but it's still in development? Yes, you will. They haven't worked out the conversion of what multi-crew ship you'll get, but you'll get a loner. So it's likely to be given a Connie or a Retaliator in most cases, I would expect. So if you've got an Idris, you'll be given some form of multi-crew ship to play with in the multi-crew module. The persistent universe will slowly encompass all of the features of Star Citizen. So, we're talking about mining, E-War, all the game mechanics will be tested there. They'll continually add more mechanics, points of interest, ships, all that sort of jazz will all be added and added and added to that baby PU. The Star Citizen PU won't be available single player, it is a multiplayer experience, though in the future private servers and mods are possibilities. Player generated content such as ships and weapons also may be added in the future. They want to encourage the community to build them. When we reach a point where the ability to shop at ASRock is enabled, will Voyager Direct Store be closing down? Yes, eventually all UEC purchases will be done in-game. Real money will be on the website only. There will be temporary UEC to purchase stuff in the alpha probably. You'll probably be able to earn temporary UEC, but it's going to get wiped before the game goes live. Won't affect your actual real UEC on your account though. Subscribers will continue to receive benefits to keep them subscribing. This won't be anything that gives them an advantage in-game. It's likely to be stuff like hangar flare, behind-the-scenes stuff, maybe some stuff for Arena Commander 2. At CitizenCon, Chris is pretty confident that they'll be showing some stuff that will get people really excited and that will go onto their hard drives pretty soon from that. There was a special Reverse the Verse subscriber special edition on Wednesday where a variety of questions were answered. Will we be able to move scopes around on guns? Not sure. Additional hangars buyable? Yes, definitely. You'll be able to rent them. There are plans for real estate hangars, places you can buy and rent. Player-owned properties outside of ships and hangars, like the Million High Club, do exist. And longer term, there's going to be penthouse apartments that you can buy around the galaxy and that sort of stuff. Definitely real estate, definitely player-owned hangars and corporation-owned hangars too. We will see the Million Mile High Club at CitizenCon. Missiles and torpedoes are different, basically just that torpedoes tend to be bigger with a higher explosive yield, but slower and less turning capabilities. Death of the Spaceman is still 100% the plan, so that's referring to an old post about the death mechanics in-game. I'll link to a video of that. Items will age and look used over time. The star map will be unveiled at CitizenCon, and you'll have all different sorts of sizes of jump point and jump gate that will be affected by what ships can go through them, based on how large the ship is and how laden they are with cargo. This is going to make it important to work out what trade routes you're going to use, and is it better to use a smaller ship to get more efficiency and to more cargo to make more money, that sort of stuff. Fuel and travel modes were discussed in a lot more detail. There are basically 3 types of fuel, and you'll need to use and manage 2 types. Basic manoeuvring without boost, that's kind of free fuel. You can't run out of that flying normally. Boost though, you do have to manage, and will be a lot more important and useful in multi-crew. It's a resource that you use, and you need to replenish it by buying it at stations, or you can refine it with some equipment. It's going to be like nitros in a car. Also, there's quantum drive, that will use quantum fuel. Again, that's rarer than boost fuel. Some other flight modes are being added. Precision, think landing and manoeuvring. SCM, which is Space Combat Manoeuvring. That's basically what we have now in Arena Commander. Cruise, that's faster than SCM, but less responsive. Beyond Cruise is basically Quantum Drive, and that's the one that uses the other type of fuel. And Jump Drive is the fastest travel mode, I suppose. Allows you to travel the largest distances anyway. And that would use a massive amount of quantum fuel. Quantum and jump travel only allow for movements in a straight line. So if you do need to change direction for any reason, you do need to drop out of quantum. And there will be various methods to knock ships out of quantum drive, but not from jump drive. If they're jumping from gate to gate, then you can't stop them. But if they're just using their quantum drives, then you can. So doing PvP in a lawful area will get bounties on you, other bounties placed on you by the government and players as well, and if people are privateers, they will come after you, as well as just the general police coming after you. 90% of the server population will be NPCs. Next year, they're planning to have DirectX 12 implementations out and done properly. That means that you'll get all the improvements that DirectX 12 brings, rather than just wrapping something or splashing something on. Every individual item that exists in the world will have its own unique, permanent and persistent ID. Painting and customization of your ships. You'll be able to paint the outside, but the interior, they're not too sure. They definitely have the abilities to do that, but they're not sure whether they're going to have that in there straight away. The FPS hasn't taken over everything. There's lots of work being done on various mechanics like exploration, mining and salvaging, and people are working on the balance for that still at the moment too. There's lots of merchandise updates. Squadron 42 stuff coming for CitizenCon is being done. There's loads of physical merch coming soon. The Caterpillar is in full effect right now. Randy is white and grey boxing it, including ideas for variants. It's staying asymmetrical, and we'll talk about that more in a little bit later in Around the Verse. The CCU system is coming in around 3 weeks' time, a little bit less than that now, and it's being worked on right now. Around the Verse, episode 62. Patch 1.2.1 is coming out very, very soon. It will first be deployed to the PTU and then go live to the rest of us. This will include ArcCorp updates and balance changes for a variety of different things. The ArcCorp updates or social module updates will allow us to do a bit more in the social module. And we can assume that this is probably at least paving the way for the first part of the persistence patch. Although this could be the persistence patch we've been after. The Wall of Honor was pictured. This is basically a big plaque that's going to go into the new CIG offices with a list of the first subscribers that subbed for a whole year. In Spectrum Dispatch, a few things were talked about. Balancing for patch 1.3.0. We'll be getting that patch quite soon. I would expect around CitizenCon time, so in about 3 weeks. New weapons such as the mass driver and ballistic cannons, size 2 and size 4 respectively. They're going to be new guns that we're going to get very soon. Some social module version 1 info, so there's going to be a second section of ArcCorp opening up with construction like zones and cranes. The Million Mile High Club's coming soon as well. That's a first 100 backers that gave them 10k kind of exclusive, although people will be able to be invited there by those guys. There will be a way to pick loadouts and change loadouts in a screen rather than just pressing F6 in the hangar soon. Female animations and emotes are being worked on. Hurston, the landing zone, which is a refinery like ash dirty world, is in the white box phase. At the German Foundry 42, they're working on procedural planet generation, which is going to be done seamlessly in-game. Hit reactions and ragdolls, they've done a lot of work on that. First-person shooter new game mode is being worked on, but they can't talk too much about that. And they've initiated much better debugging tools for themselves. CitizenCon demo will have new characters too. In ship shape, we got to see some of the Caterpillar stuff. Some modelling will happen early next year. It's an asymmetrical design. The main cabin is symmetrical and the command pod is symmetrical, but the command pod is attached to one side of the main cabin. The command module can detach. It's effectively going to be 2 ships. We saw some work on the medical module that will probably be available, the personnel module, the workshop module, and the cargo module. In MVP this week, we got to see ships to scale, but in the real world. So, how big is a 300i compared to a whale? That sort of stuff. Or how big is an Aurora on a racetrack? There was lots of pictures of ships in real-life situations. It was very cool. And in this week's sneak peek, we got to see what appears to be the Endeavour Hope Hospital pictures. So we found out some stuff about the Endeavour as well. It's a very large ship, 200 metres in length. The base Endeavour with no pods will be available for $350. The Hope with the hospital layout for the Endeavour, so basically lots of hospital modules for the base Endeavour, that will be on sale for $450. And the Endeavour just with standard labs attached will be $425. All of that is without any form of taxes on. There should be 5 types of module available as well, allowing for medical, farming, science, and many more applications. The Endeavour sale could quite literally go live at any time now. Over on the forums, Matt Sherman wanted to clear up some possible misinformation about eWar. eWar systems are being developed as an extension of the core ship gameplay mechanics. It's not being made as a full-blown standalone activity where someone can sit on a planet and is going to be scamming people's ideas or stealing their money or properties. There will also be counters and defences against every possible eWar action. Also, data spikes, they are a thing, but they're not as super powerful as people thought. It's not an automated payload. You have to hit, and then it provides an antenna for you to tap into a target's systems. Also, as a rule of thumb, the lower the detection range for an activity, the less damage it could possibly have. For example, if you want to just disrupt someone's comms or listen to their comms, that's going to have a lower risk of detection compared to firing an EMP missile at them. They're going to get missile warnings. That's it from the Star Citizen Weekly Review this week, but any additional information from Reverse the Verse tonight will go into tomorrow's news. I'm off to a board games convention called StabCon South over this weekend, so I'm having to release this a little bit earlier than I would normally. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, guys, it really does help me, and I will see you in the verse.